Yes, very good evening, children. Today we are going to learn about modern periodic table, which is very most important. So, modern periodic table. Modern periodic table. So, modern periodic table, it was proposed by X.J. Moseley in 1913. Modern periodic table was proposed by H.J. Moseley in 1913, and it consists of 18 groups and 7 periods. It consists of 18 groups and 7 periods, and it is based on atomic number, children. Atomic number. So in previous Mendeleev's periodic table based on atomic weight, now modern periodic table based on atomic number. So here modern periodic table means H.J. Moseley is proposed for periodic law according to this periodic law. Modern periodic law. So modern periodic law, according to modern periodic law, the physical and chemical properties of elements, periodic functions of their atomic number, because of modern periodic table is based on atomic number. So this is the main feature to construction of periodic table. The physical and chemical properties of elements, periodic functions of their atomic number. So this is called modern periodic law. So Moseley said that here atomic number is the main property to the element. According to that, he constructed periodic table according to their atomic number. So the total elements which are present in the periodic table, they arranged in systematic order of their atomic number. The total 180 elements, the more than 180 elements. So they arranged in systematic order in the periodic table according to their atomic number. So the total elements arranged in systematic order in the periods, because of Moseley periodic table consists of 7 periods and 18 groups. 7 periods and 18 groups. So that's why it is called long form periodic table also, children. Long form periodic table, because of in Mendeleev periodic table only 8 groups it has, but it is 18 groups. It will expand the periodic table. Mostly is expand the periodic table. That's what we have to call long form periodic table or modern periodic table. It consists of 18 groups and 7 periods. So every period start with a new element, children. Every period start with the new elements, and the elements which are present in the period, their properties are different. Their properties are entirely different. But the elements which are present in a group, their properties are equal. So that's why Moseley is constructed the periodic table according to their atomic number, and the elements filled in systematic order in the period. So first period, it consists of 2 elements. Second and third period, it consists of 8 and 8 elements. Fourth and fifth period consists of 18 and 18 elements. Sixth period is the longest period with 32 elements. And seventh period is incomplete period. Seventh period is incomplete. So here Moseley arranged the elements in systematic order of atomic number. He is fixed the 2 elements in first period. Second and third period he allotted 8 and 8 elements. Fourth and fifth period, 18 and 18 elements. Sixth period, which is consists of 32 elements. That's why it is called long period, because 32 elements are there. Seventh period, it is an incomplete period, children. So the bottom of the periodic table, two separate series element will be there. Two separate series elements are there. They are called lanthanides and actinides. Lanthanides and actinides. Lanthanide and actinide. This two is allotted separate in the periodic table, bottom of the periodic table. So then lanthanides. What is meant by lanthanides? Lanthanides means atomic number 58. It is called cerium. To 71. It is called lutetium. Atomic number 58 to 71 elements is called lanthanides. 58 element name is cerium and 71 elements name is lutetium. Atomic number 58 to 71 elements are called lanthanides. And actinides, atomic number 90, that is called thorium to 103. 103. Lawrencium. Lawrencium. So this series we have to call actinides. Atomic number 90 to 103 element series is called actinides. Atomic number 90 elements is thorium and atomic number 103 element is called lawrencium. So this series is called actinides. Okay, children. So here, when modern periodic table constructed by H.J. Moseley in 1913, it we have to call long form periodic table also. It consists of 18 groups and 7 periods, and the total 118 elements fixed in the periodic systematic order. According to the modern periodic law, Moseley is proposed one periodic law. According to this table, the physical and chemical properties of elements, periodic functions of their atomic number. So Moseley is arranged in first period 2 elements, second and third period arranged 8 and 8 elements, fourth and fifth period is arranged 18 and 18 elements, sixth period is the longest period with 32 elements, and seventh period is incomplete period. So bottom of the periodic table, two separate series will be there. They are called lanthanides and actinides. Lanthanides means atomic number 58 to 71 elements are called lanthanides. Actinides, atomic number 90 to 103 elements is called actinides. They are arranged separate in the periodic table. This is about the modern periodic table. And modern periodic table, according to the electron configuration, it classified into 4 types, that is S block elements, P block elements, D block elements, and F block elements. According to electron configuration, elements classified into 4 types, that is S block elements, P block elements, D block elements, and F block elements. S block elements, group 1 and second, group 1A and second group elements is called S block elements. Their electron configuration is NS22, NS12, NS2. S block elements, the first and second A group elements is called S block elements. Their electron configuration NS12, NS2. P block elements, their electron configuration is NS22, NP5. They belongs to third group to 17th group. And D block elements, the transition elements is called D block elements, and inner transition elements is called F block elements. Inner transition elements is called F block elements. So according to electron configuration, elements classified into 4 types. They are S block elements, P block elements, D block elements, and F block elements. S block elements means electron configuration NS1 to NS2. The element is called S block elements. It is belongs to first group and second A group. P block elements. Electron configuration NS2 to NP5. It is called P block elements, and it is belongs to third group to 17th group or 7th group. D block elements. The transition elements are called D block elements. F block elements. The inner transition elements are called F block elements. This is about the modern periodic table, children. Very most important it is. And next one is IUPAC. According to IUPAC, they recommended that here some elements with the element which are belongs to the one group, they have to call the family group of elements. In Mendeleev periodic table, it is consist of groups and subgroups. The subgroups were classified A and B. But here, according to the IUPAC, they recommended that here every group elements we denoted by every group elements we have to classify and we have to call to them with their family. Every group elements we have to call with their family. IUPAC, that means here International Union Pure and Applied Chemistry. International Union Pure and Applied Chemistry. This is the IUPAC. International Union Pure and Applied Chemistry. According to his views here, the recommendation that here every element group instead of the subgroups, we have to call with the parents or family groups. Okay, children. So, for example, the first A group elements are there. The first A group elements, what we call alkali metals family. Alkali metals family. Second group will be there. They are called alkali earth metals family. Alkali earth metals family. For example, Chalcogen family. Chalcogen family means here the element which are produces from ore. They are called Chalcogen family. Example of carbon, ox-carbon family. And for example, alkali metal means these are obtained from plant ash. Actually, alkali family. So mainly the alkali family metals we have to obtain from the plant ash. Actually means plant ash. Chalcogen. So these kind of elements we have to obtain from the ore. Halogens family. Halogens family is nothing but 7th A group: fluorine, bromine, iodine. These elements are belongs to Chalcogen. Halogens family. Halos means sea salt. Genus means produce. So especially these elements are produced from sea salt. And coming to the noble gas. Noble gas. So noble gas is nothing but they have to call inert gases also. The elements which are completely filled with full electrons, they are called noble gas, children. They are completely stable. They are completely stable and every shell is filled with full electron. That belongs to 18th group or 8th B group. 18th group. 18th group or 8th A group it is. Inert gas or noble gas elements are belongs to 18th group or 8th A group. So noble gas valency, their valency is 0. Why valence 0? Because of every orbital filled with full electron. They don't need to participate in any chemical reaction. Already every shell is filled with full electrons. That's why they don't need to chance to gain or loss of electron. Every shell is filled with full electrons. That's why their valency is 0. But their outermost shell, it will be consist of 8 electrons, except helium. Except helium, the inert gases elements consist of 8 electrons in outermost shell. Are understood, children? Except helium, all the inert gases consist of 8 electrons in outermost orbital. Valency of inert gas elements is 0. Valency is 0. And then after metals and non-metallic properties of elements. Metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. So, metals means here the valency electron. So means here 3 or less than electron which are present in outermost shell. They are called metals. Valence electrons, how many are there among metals? 3 or less than 3. The elements are the element which are consist of 3 or less than 3 electron in outermost shell. They are called metals. For example, first group and second A group all belongs to the metals family. First group is alkali metals and second group is alkali earth metals. So, if their valency 3 or less than 3 electron in outermost shell, they consider as a metals. So here non-metals. Non-metal means here the element which are consist of 5 or more than 5 electrons in outermost shell. They are called non-metals. 5 or more than 5 electrons in outermost shell. They are called non-metals. Okay, children. So here these are first and second group elements, and non-metal is those electron configuration means outermost shell consists of 5 or more than 5 electrons. They are called non-metals. Some of the D block elements. D block elements means it consists of third group to 12th group. Third B group to 12th B group. Third B group to 12th B group. So these are elements, especially these elements belongs to D group. The D block elements consist of the metallic property, but this metallic property, when it is moved from left to right in period, it is decreases. Decrease. Third means non-metal, means D block elements. Those D block elements, they start from third B to 12th group B. Third B to 12th B group elements is called D block elements. So the D block elements metallic properties decreases when it is moved from left to right in period. And the F block element, some of the F block elements properties are in D block elements. How the D block elements properties are there here. The same way, some of the F block elements properties also, they are involved in the D block. So that's why F block elements is called inner transition elements. D block elements is called transition elements. F block elements is called inner transition elements. And next one, metalloids. Metal, non-metal. Metals means the valency 3 or less than electron present in outermost shell. They are called metals. Non-metals, 5 or more than 5 electron present in outermost shell. That is called non-metals. And the next one is metalloids. Metalloids. Metalloids means here the element which is consist of intermediate of the properties. metallic and non-metallic properties. They are called metalloids. Metalloids is nothing but, so the element which consists of the properties intermediate in between metals and non-metals, they are called metalloids. Example of metalloids: boron, silicon, arsenic, bismuth. These are all belongs to metalloids. These metalloids are present in staircase shape. Like this shape is present in periodic table, especially 13th group. Metalloids are staircase in shape. So, and next one is valency. The number of electron present in outermost shell is called valency. The number of electron present in outermost shell is called valency. For example, sodium will be there. Atomic number 11, electron configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. So what is the valence of sodium? Before that, must you and should you know the outermost shell electron. So this is the sodium outermost is 3s1. So here one electron will be there. This is the valency of electron. Valence means the number of electron present in outermost shell is called valency. Sodium valence is 1. And some of the periodic properties. So the periodic properties of atom are periodic table. Some of the periodic properties of atom, they are periodic properties. First one is atomic radius. Second one is ionization energy. Third one is electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. Fourth one is electronegativity. Fifth one, metallic character. Sixth one, non-metallic character. So these are the important properties of atom in the periodic table. So the important properties of atom in the periodic table. So first one is atomic radius. How they are changed in period and group. Let us see now. Atomic radius means, first of all, we write the definition of this. Atomic radius, the distance between center of the nucleus to outermost shell. The distance between center of the nucleus to outermost shell. It is called atomic radius. Let me see it is for example. So it is on the atom to the center of the nucleus. Cells it is. For example, the atomic radius, the distance between center of the nucleus to outermost orbital shell. This is our example outermost. This distance is now called atomic radius. The distance between center of the nucleus to outermost orbital or shell is called atomic radius. Atomic radius measured in picometers. Picometers. That is 1 picometer equals to 10 to the power of minus 12 meters. It is the very longest, very smallest unit. Atomic radius measured in picometers. 1 picometer equals 10 to the power of minus 12 meters. So this is about atomic radius. But this atomic radius in period from left to right. Left to right means in the periodic table from left to right. Just to go with the left to right. Check it the left to right. Means from first period to just go with left to right. As we move from left to right in period, it is decreases. Atomic radius is decreases. In period from left to right, we should must have mention of this. Period means we should mention from left to right compulsory. Atomic radius in period what happens? Decreases. Atomic radius in period from left to right decreases. What about group? Opposite to this. Atomic radius in group. When we mention the group, we should mention compulsory top to bottom. Top to bottom increases. Increases. If it is a decrease in period or group, then second one automatically opposite to that. In period, period means what you have to mention about? From left to right. In group, what you have to mention? Top to bottom. In every property. Atomic radius, the distance between center of the nucleus to outermost shell. It is called atomic radius. Atomic radius measured in picometers. 1 picometer equals to 10 to the power of minus 12 meters. Atomic radius in period from left to right decreases. In group from top to bottom increases. Next one, ionization energy. The energy is required to remove an electron from outermost shell. The atom is gaseous in state. So, for example, say it is looking here. If it is the outermost shell, an electron will be there. So, how much energy required to remove this electron? That is called ionization energy. The energy is required to remove an electron from outermost shell. It is called ionization energy. For example, lithium C 3 atomic number 1s2, 2s1. This is the outermost of lithium. In the outermost, how many electrons are there? 1 electron is there. So, how much energy required to remove this 1 electron? That energy we have to call ionization energy. The energy is required to remove an electron from outermost shell. It is called ionization energy. So, ionization energy in period from left to right increases. In periods from left to right. Now to mention from left to right compulsory. Ionization energy in period from left to right it is increases. In group ionization energy from top to bottom decreases. And understood? Ionization energy means the energy is required to remove an electron from outermost shell. It is called ionization energy. Ionization energy in period from left to right it is increases. In group from top to bottom it is decreases. It is ionization energy. And ionization energy measured in units of ionization energy, kilojoules mole inverse. Kilojoules mole inverse. If instead of this energy place, for example, you have to use the term potential, ionization potential. Instead of energy, if you have to use the term of potential, then units of that electron volt atom inverse. Electron volt, EV means electron volt atom inverse. When we have to use it is when the energy placed in the use the term of potential, then we have to mention of units of electron volt, atom, inverse. This is about the ionization energy. In period from left to right, ionization energy increases. In group from top to bottom, ionization energy is decreases. And electron affinity, opposite to this. It is quite opposite to ionization energy. Ionization energy means the energy required to remove an electron. ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ రిమూవ్ చేయడానికి కావాల్సిన ఎనర్జీని అయోనైజేషన్ ఎనర్జీ అంటారు. బట్ హియర్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఎఫినిటీ, when the energy is liberated, when one electron added to the atom is gaseous in state. When the energy is liberated, when an atom when one electron add to the atom is gaseous in state. ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ యాడ్ చేయడం ద్వారా ఎంత ఎనర్జీ లిబరేట్ అవుతుందో దాన్ని ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఎఫినిటీ అంటారమ్మా. అని అండర్స్టాండ్? When the energy is liberated, when one electron added to the atom is gaseous in state. It is called electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. Electron affinity means when the energy is liberated, when one electron is added to the atom is gaseous in state. It is called electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. Electron affinity also in period from left to right in period it is increases. In group from top to bottom it is decreases. It is electron affinity. The energy is liberated when one electron is added to the atom is gaseous in state. It is called electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. So electron affinity in period from left to right it is increases. In group from top to bottom it is decreases. So this is electron affinity. So electron affinity and ionization energy, these are the same units. That is electron volt, atom inverse. This is it. And next one is electronegativity. Electronegativity means here the tendency of atom attracts the electron towards itself. The tendency the atom attracts the electron towards itself when the atoms is bonded to each other. The tendency of atom when the electron is attracted towards itself, it is called electronegativity. So electronegativity measured in Pauling scale. Electronegativity measured in Pauling scale. Okay, children. The tendency of atom observe the electron towards itself. The tendency of atom attract the electron towards itself. It is called electronegativity. Electronegativity measured in Pauling scale. So here highest electronegativity. Highest electronegativity element is fluorine and lowest energy is cesium. Highest electronegativity element is fluorine and lowest is cesium. Once again, electronegativity, the tendency of atom attract the electron towards itself. It is called electronegativity. So electronegativity measured in Pauling scale, and electronegativity, highest electronegativity element is fluorine and lowest is cesium. So electronegativity in period from left to right, it is increases. In group from top to bottom, it is decreases. So this is today's topic, children, and we will meet next class with the next topic.